never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life, I never miss that fact.
How you doing, folks? So today we're just going to remove the rear mudguard, or rear fender, I think some people call it, off the back of this Honda VFR 800 6th gen, which is this thing here. Take this off. You've got some bolts that you have to remove. So see, there's one there, one in there, one there, and one awkward fucker which is there. And then underneath you have these two up here, that one there, and there's another one next to it. So we need to remove all of them. Okay, so I've removed that. I've removed those 6 bolts. It's just sort of flopping around on the wire, and it's connected to that connection block. So undo that. The whole mudguard and number plate is completely free then. Next step is to remove those 2 bolts, or this metal bracket. You're going to have to keep a hold of that, because that's what we're going to be attaching our number plate to. Okay, so I'll show you how it is. I've encountered a problem. I'll see if I can show you. Inside there's a bolt, right? And it's attached to the other side here. Problem is, I'm turning them and the bolt on the inside is spinning. So we're going to have to remove these screws on either side of the light. That's where the screws were. Very awkward to get to. Obviously you can't really get a screwdriver in there. What I had to use was one of these. Very handy if you don't have one. Phillips on one end, flathead on the other. I loosened it with one of them. And I got these in Aldi, or Lidl actually, or somewhere. Little thumb screws. You put a Phillips bit in it, or whichever bit you want into it, and then you can just use your finger to screw it in and out. Got it off anyway, and now I have access to the 2 bolts in the back that were spinning. I'm going to take them out, and I'll be right back. So I used to sit there like that, roughly. So now that's completely separated. We're left with this bracket as well, which is manky. I'm going to clean this up, give it a good scrub, and then paint it, because that will now be visible, unfortunately. Because obviously probably get a kit, an eliminator kit, but this is how we do it without having to pay extra money, I suppose. Right, so just to show you, I've cleaned off all the rust, treated it, and then primed it. That's it there so far. Just a quick update, guys. I've taken the bracket off, I've sprayed it with primer, top coat and lacquer. This is it now. You can see that it's drying off. So just to show you, this is what I had to do with the nut. Put a few washers there because the plastic is gone now. So this won't sit flush because the holes are not big enough. They're only designed for the end of that. So basically what's happening is, if I put this here, the nut that's inside is coming out to there. This is supposed to sit on it, but it won't go flush because the nut is not designed to go through that hole. So by putting the washers on, it'll just recede back in a little bit like this. Right, just showing you now what it's like. That's it there. I've got to get them screws back in now, but I can actually get access to them because the big ugly plastic isn't there anymore. And then it'll sit on the bike like that. Reflector there. Should be nice. I've had to move them down the bracket a little bit. I'm going to move this black bracket up, but keeping the red bolts on these 2 here. That's the back of it. You can see there I had to move the number plate down a little bit, but I needed to keep the bracket in the same position because to fit the panniers on. But now it's all ready to bolt back on, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Right guys, I'm just putting this back on now, and because the piece of plastic is gone, when it sits flush, those 2 little, see the 2 little stubs, they only sit, they don't go in, they only sit about there. So what I'm going to do is, I've got some washers again, and I'm just going to place, just going to stack up a few washers just so as it has something snug to go against on both sides. Yeah, 3 washers each side. It should sit nice and flush and everything should tighten up and be snug. So there you go. It's starting to look good. So there you go, that's that. Done. So no more ugly black plastic thing. I hope this video was helpful to any of you, and any questions just comment, and take it easy.